Hey guys, what's going on? Brandon from Z Pro Trader, and I thought I would just jump on real quick. And I had somebody ask me how to deal with losses in regards to multiple losses, consecutive losses, weeks, days, months. And there are a number of things that may be causing it. Most likely, your inability to deal with loss, fear, greed. If you have your technicals set in place and you have a thesis from the open, you have your setup, you know what you're looking at. You're looking at the larger time frame, you're breaking it down from weekly, daily to the hourly, and you're utilizing level 2, the tape. Of course, that still does not give you 100% certainty. As this game is purely probabilistic, and you are working with win rates and ratios and expected outcomes based on your system, based on your back testing. And there are times that your setup is not amenable to current market conditions. And it takes a few losses, to realize, okay, shit, the market's trending right now. Reversals aren't working well. You're not really getting any follow through. It's bouncing off the moving average, continues way up. So it's good to have multiple setups in your playbook. I would recommend 2-3 max, but currently I'm running 2. I'm trading reversals and breakouts, and I've had a few losses this month, this week, and I'm not gonna lie, it's painful. You're going, I'm trading full time, and I'm working on just my whole times. I'm working on increased risk. It's just always looking and striving. How can I get better? How can I squeeze more out of what I'm doing? Squeeze more out of the market. And obviously, with that growth will come painful times of loss. And today I had a few trades. I traded Apple, DKNG, and ON for a reversal, and all of them failed. I had a little bit of green on a partial that I did take, but the key to this game is consistency, staying disciplined, sticking to your plan, and not letting your emotions take control, because it's very easy to enter a trade and then immediately have that trade go against you. Now, if you're not looking at the larger picture or the larger time frame, you can easily get spooked out and cover or buy or just cover your position, right? Because the pain is too great to see your P&L go against you. Regardless if you hide it or not, you can still see your entry position on the chart, and the price is going against you, right? So you want to stop that pain, fear, potential loss, and you get out of the position. So you have to learn to trust your setup. You have to learn to deal with those extremely uncomfortable feelings while you're in the trade, especially as an intraday or day trader, while you're sitting in front of the screens. And a lot of this stuff just comes with time, practice, and time in front of the screens. And now that you have these losses, or have these losses, part of the learning process is jumping back into your trade book or journal, writing your feelings, emotions, thoughts during that trade, why you entered, why you got out, why you acted the way you did, what the price made you do. And you can learn a lot from history. You can learn a lot from what you were doing while you're in the trade. And I'll keep a notepad off to the side, and if I'm working on a new setup, or I'm looking at different things, different indicators, most of these things I have worked out when I do back test over the weekend or in the PM hours. And but again, most part, I think that with trading, the biggest part of this game is sticking around. It will take time, 2, 3, 4, 5 years plus, and a lot of people aren't willing to, I wouldn't even say necessarily put in the work. It's how much pain can you endure for how long without making any money whatsoever. You're going to see little bumps in the road. You're going to have a decent day, decent week, decent month, but for the most part, especially in the beginning, first year or two, of course there are outliers in every industry, but I believe that the losses are part of the game, part of the process, which is why the success rate is so low with day traders and trading in general, because it is all front loaded. You will not see progress, in my opinion, at least into the third or fourth year where you're consistently making gains. You will go through a strong period of drawdowns, then to break even, then maybe back to drawdown. Then you're obviously, during that time, you will be system hopping. And if you can find a right mentor, you can find a right coach. And in my case, I still do use a performance coach that I meet with on a weekly basis, just to kind of keep my head in check, brainstorm, looking for new ideas. And yeah, that's it, man. It's just sticking with it, sticking with the plan, regardless of what your P&L says. And I promise you, if you do have real shitty days where, you know, you're at max loss, hopefully you set a max loss for the day, 2, 3, 4, whatever that may be for you, or a certain percentage of your account, that as long as you stuck to your plan, you stuck to your trading rules, the losses feel okay. It's when you lose control and you're revenge trading, or you want to make back the trade. And in my case, I used to do that where I didn't want to sit through the evening with a loss or a red day. I didn't want to sit through the weekend with a loss. So what would I do? I would partial early. I would take small profit, and then I wouldn't let the my model run where trade expectancy typically 2, 3, 4, 5 R per trade. So I would partial, and I'm trading based on emotions, trading on what feels good, trading because I don't want to sit through losses over the weekend. I don't want to tell my wife, unfortunately, I only made X amount this week, or whatever your case is. But I promise you, if you stick to this long term, you set your goals rather modestly in the beginning. And I'll be honest with you, when I first started, my months were really good. Now, mind you, I went from sim to trading live, and the risk was extremely small, but it wasn't uncommon for me to have 20, 30 R months. Now, I didn't know what I was doing. And, I was trading reversals. And once you jump into the market as a whole, you're raising your risk. You start to have losses. Self-doubt starts to creep in. And then you start to wonder, am I seeing this right? Am I trading right? Well, wait a minute, I don't know what I'm doing. And then one loss leads to another, to another, to another. Your emotional capital is spent. Your confidence in yourself is completely gone, and that affects each trade thereafter. And then that's, like I said earlier, you will start system hopping, thinking that your system no longer works. So surely there must be a better system out there that will make you what you're looking to make. Not to mention that if you're trading full-time, or you're looking to transition, which I do not suggest, this is a part-time at best until you can prove to yourself that you can transition to this full-time, or you have X amount saved up for 2 years, 1 to 2 years minimum to get you through this. And I promise, if you stick to this game long-term, you surround yourself with good people, and you don't have crazy expectations like all of the shit that you see on YouTube where people are driving fancy cars, they got stacks of money, because I promise you it's not like that. It can be, but I think a lot of the people that are showing that or flaunting that on YouTube are not successful traders themselves, and they're just looking to sell a course or sell some type of mentoring program, or that's how I feel about that. But yeah, I just thought I'd jump on here real quick. Normally I do trade reviews. I'm just trying to switch it up a little bit and just do a little bit of one-on-one with questions. So I hope that you guys found this information useful. If anybody has any questions, comments, just shoot me a DM, Twitter, Instagram, or visit us at zprotrader.com. I hope that everybody had a great trading day, and I will see you soon.